All right, so I'll give you a close guard in that direction. All right, so we did our single underpass. So the knee through is gonna be very similar. It's gonna go in the opposite direction. Similar setup, the Captain Mo setup. We'll go over all of that just in case you're watching just this video by itself. We're in our safety 2 position, right? So I guess let's do a quick review on that, right? For safety 1, boom, Dan's controlling me. I wanna get my head in the center of the body, my hands in my biceps. Then I wanna get my butt down on my feet, walk my hands up. I'm into my safety 1 position, right? Or I'm sorry, my safety 2 position. From here, I like to keep the guy flat with the double lapel grip, and then either the belt grip or the low lapel grip right here, the low material grip right here. From this position right here when the guy's flat, I'm going to make a slight shift with this leg. Boom, bring it behind his butt just a little bit. I'm not gonna bring it all the way to the middle. I'm just gonna bring it back a little bit so that my knee is not beyond his hips. I want this knee to kind of be back behind his hips right here. So I'm gonna shift a little bit to the side, bring this leg back. Once I'm there, I'm gonna step up with this leg, right? So now we're in the Captain Mo position. If you watch the single underpass, the Captain Mo position, boom, Captain Morgan, right? So this leg's up, but really the important part is that this leg is straight up and down and that the knee has come back behind the guy's hip line. The reason why is because once we're here, we are going to shift our weight in this direction and we are going to take this hand and put it on his knee, right? So we got a pretty strong position here. We have very good base over here. We have quite a bit of strength. So if the guy tries to sweep us in this direction, we have really good base. And as we post back in the opposite direction, we can use our arm and our body to pop this knee open, right? So again, in case you didn't watch the last video, the leg being straight up and down is real important, or more or less straight up and down, because I want to pin the leg on the mat. If my leg is either bent still, or if my knee's way too high up towards his waist, when I pop this open, Dan's leg's not gonna go straight to the mat. And if it does, it's gonna go at a crazy angle like this. That's not how I want it to pass. So when I do this Captain Mo, retract the knee a little bit, step up. Since my leg's straight up and down, if I'm able to pop his leg open, his leg is going to go to the mat because there's no real leg for him to catch right there. So if we're thinking about a single under, but Dan's keeping this leg real defensive right here, instead we're gonna switch to the knee through. If you just wanna do the knee through, it should be available as well, right? So when we do our knee through, pin this knee here. This arm is gonna cover this thigh. At the same time, we're gonna bring this leg and leg staple instead of arm staple. We do an arm staple in the single under, do a leg staple on the knee through, and come to this tapping position. I'll go over 2 real quick things here. The reason I bring this arm right here is because if I don't bring this arm right here, and I'm just right here, Dan can bring his leg in front of me and come into like this Z guard position, especially if the guy is a more advanced grappler. This becomes a super difficult position to pass. And all you have to do to avoid that is as you're coming down to the leg pin leg staple, is cover it with your back. From right here, try to bring that Z guard sort of leg through. He's gotta come through my whole body. It's almost impossible. But if I don't, and he brings it here, even at like a very low level, the guy is able to get like such good frames on you, it makes it very difficult to pass that leg. If the guy is advanced and pretty competent, this is gonna be a legitimate guard. So bring this arm over here if you're in for your knee through pass. Now my leg is gonna leg staple, just like the arm staple, so my knee is touching the mat, my foot is touching the mat. I want it pretty evenly weighted there. If I'm super low with my knee on his leg, which people do this sometimes, they figure pinning it real hard, it's gonna hurt his leg, it's gonna be more powerful. Dan, just bring your leg straight up. Boom, Dan's putting it back closed guard, right? Done all that work, have to reset my pass. So you wanna have your weight pretty evenly distributed on your knee and on your foot. And then if it's the opposite, if you come and just drive your leg straight through all the way without stapling, close your feet. Dan has me in half guard. His feet are locked back here, so I don't have to fight through half guard. So the leg staple is super important because if you try to drive your knee in, being a bad training partner, deciding you're gonna drive your knee into the guy's leg as hard as you can, not cool anyways, but the guy's gonna get his guard back. So not cool, and he gets his guard back. If you just rush it and don't leg staple it, and do this a golden step, which we're gonna show next, the guy's gonna put you in half guard. So that's better than closed guard, but you have a second guard to pass now when you didn't need to do that. So here we are, we've got the leg staple. So once we have the leg staple, we're gonna do a shift with our body and pin his upper body down, right? So I'm gonna come right here, boom, around the head, under the arm if I can get the underhook right here. And now this underhook and this body connection means that he can't get his Z guard, but he's also gonna be pretty flat right here, right? So from this position, I want to do a sideways angle in just a minute also so you can see this better. This foot is gonna come to the back of this ankle. And I'm gonna kind of pass my feet like as one unit, as my feet connected, so that I don't have to separate my feet and give them any chance of getting back as closed guard or getting back as half guard. So once I shift here, I get the pin, I'm gonna take this foot here and put it on the back of this ankle. From right here, as I start passing, there's no space for him to get his feet in between my feet and get his guard back. So I can either just sort of start shimmying myself over here, boom, I'm not gonna do a back step. If I do a back step, I'm gonna lose that ankle connection. Or sometimes when you're right here, the person actually feels like they can still grab guard, and they start extending their legs like they're gonna grab a half guard. And when you feel that, you sort of let it slide off and come to the side position. We call it the golden step because it's just this magical step where the person feels like they have guard and they absolutely do not have it. So again, from the side, this will make more sense for the footwork. We're right here, we have the guy pinned. The knee comes below the waist, behind his butt a little bit, which allows me to step up and have this leg straight up and down, shift my weight, open up guard, right? This time, leg staple instead of arm staple. So the knee's down and the foot's down. I have weight on both of them. This side's covered. I shift the pin right here. So now the golden step, which I said would be easier to see from here, is gonna be this foot right here on the back of this ankle right here. So now there's no longer space for Dan to establish guard on me. He can't separate guard, his legs are outside of closed guard, and he can't really get his legs between my legs for half guard. So from right here, I can either sort of just shimmy myself, boom, into half guard, or the golden step has the effect often of the guy thinking he's gonna close his half guard as he starts to close his guard, kind of shimmy off to the side, and you end up in side control. So let's do one more. I'm just gonna do the pass, I'm not gonna say anything from this side, so you can see how it all works together. Boom. Knee through with a golden step.